Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf. Today, I have a great list of 10 tips on how to save money for people who are just getting into PC gaming, and I definitely wish someone would have told me these when I first started. So, let's get into it. First up on my list is don't buy a ridiculous power supply. I put this as my #1 tip for a reason, and that's because I see so many people overspend on their power supply when it's just not needed. There's a website called PCPartPicker.com that allows you to input all of your parts and it will auto-calculate exactly how much power you need. After adding about 50 to 100 watts extra just to be safe, that's what I would go with, but only if you don't plan on upgrading anytime soon. Now obviously, if you know you're going to be upgrading parts such as your CPU or your GPU sometime in the near future, then definitely don't go with a minimum power supply. But yeah, just stop buying 1000 watt power supplies to power your Pentium G4560 and a GTX 1050 Ti. Number 2 on my list is buy cheap peripherals. If you're just getting into PC gaming, then chances are you're struck by these big time gaming keyboards like the Corsair Platinum K95 and baller gaming mice like the Logitech G900, but you don't need these. If you have a $500 budget, for example, you probably shouldn't be spending like $100 on your keyboard and mouse. You probably shouldn't even be spending $50. There are a ton of great budget gaming keyboards and mice out there. I've reviewed plenty of them, so look for deals and don't overspend on peripherals when first starting out. They aren't that important. Moving on, number 3 on my list is to look for CPU and motherboard combo deals. Now obviously everyone knows that you should look for deals when building a PC. You can save literally hundreds by being a little patient, but I would specifically look for those CPU and motherboard deals. Websites like Newegg.com offer pretty good deals when you buy both the CPU and the motherboard, but in-store deals like from Micro Center offer insane deals sometimes. If you browse Micro Center's online catalog, specifically on the CPU and motherboard pages, you'll see that you can save a ton of money, and sometimes they even give you the motherboard for free, depending on the CPU. Fourth up on my list is to know what kind of games you want to play before you build the PC. If you're one of those people that just wants to get into competitive esports like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Dota 2, or League of Legends, then you definitely don't need a $300 to $500 graphics card. I've benchmarked super budget GPUs in the past, such as the $70 GT 1030, and in those benchmarking videos I proved that this is literally all you need for those type of games. On a very similar topic, you also need to know what resolution you will be gaming at. If you're using a 1080p monitor, then you definitely shouldn't buy anything more than a GTX 1060, maybe even a 1050 Ti, or if you're on the AMD setting, I definitely wouldn't recommend anything more than an RX 570, possibly RX 560. Number 6 on my list is pretty similar to tip number 5, and that's knowing what you're going to be doing with your PC outside of gaming. If you're just going to be gaming and maybe watching some YouTube videos every now and then you definitely don't need to waste money on something like a Core i7 processor, and you can get away with something like an i5 or i3, or maybe even a Pentium G4560. However, if you do think that you'll be programming, video editing, or any other heavy CPU intensive task, then yeah, you'll want to spend some money on a better processor. Number 7 on my list is definitely the most important, but also the most time consuming, and that's research. Research, research, research. The #1 tip I give when building a PC is to research exactly how to build a PC before you actually start throwing parts together. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people's theory builds where the CPUs don't match the socket, they use the wrong type of RAM, etc. You need to put in the time to research first. Before you even attempt to get a parts list together, I highly recommend you watch videos and read articles on exactly how PC components interact with each other, what component does what, and what parts are compatible with others. After researching, you should fully comprehend concepts like making sure your case is big enough to house your graphics card and CPU cooler, which type of RAM you need for both your motherboard and CPU, what CPU sockets are, etc. Alright, number 8 on my list is where it starts to get a little fun, and that's to start your PC gaming library now. Like right now, before you even have the PC. One of the coolest parts about getting into PC gaming is the sales and deals you can find on the internet, and there's no reason you shouldn't start piecing together your library right now. Places like GOG and Origin are consistently giving away completely free games, and you should definitely take advantage of that now. Sure, they aren't the best top-selling games or anything, but all you have to do is have an account and click a button, and it'll be added to your library to download whenever. I would definitely get on that so that when your new PC is is built, you'll at least have a decent library to start with. Now number 9 on my list is pretty similar to number 8, but it's specifically GetOnHumbleBundle.com. For those of you that don't know, Humble Bundle is a website that bundles games together, and you pay exactly how much you want to pay, and most of the money goes to charity too. Every now and then they have absolutely killer bundles on there, and you get a bunch of games for your library while only paying a small donation. They also have the Humble monthly subscription service, which for 12 bucks a month gets you a bundle as well. Most of those are solid options as well. I would definitely recommend at least looking at this website even before you have your PC built, because like I said, you should start working on your library now. And finally, number 10 on my list is for those of you that want to buy used and are on a super tight budget. If you're looking to get into PC gaming like this, then I would definitely recommend going the used OEM desktop route and just putting a new graphics card in it, exactly like I did up in this video. Honestly, this is one of the most popular things to do in the used PC gaming market right now. There are a ton of used PCs out there on eBay like the Dell Optiplexes, or maybe even in your own house that simply needs a graphics card to turn it into a 1080p gaming PC. Now there are some things that you'll need to know before going this route. Remember to research. For example, your power supply needs to be able to handle that new graphics card that you put in it. You can fit cards like the GT 1030 or even the GTX 1050 Ti in almost any computer as long as it has a PCI Express slot in the motherboard, and I would also recommend getting a computer with at least a Core 2 Quad or Core 2 Duo processor and 4GB of RAM, preferably 8. Well, that wraps up my top 10 tips for saving money for those getting into PC gaming. I definitely wish I had these tips when I started PC gaming, and if you are an expert and you need even more information, head on down to the comments section. I'll try and help you as much as I can. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below to help support my channel, and as always, thank you for watching. And please subscribe for more Zach's Tech Turf videos.